Good morning, guys. As usual here on Trending Now, TVC has a finger on the pulse. And if it's trending, we are definitely going to be talking about it on here. In our first story today, not so pleasant. Tensions ran high at the University College Hospital, Ibadan. Yesterday, as students from the College of Medicine, the University of Ibadan, staged a fresh protest over a prolonged power outage in their hostel. Now, the students are frustrated by the lack of electricity, and they barricaded the office of the chief medical director and shut down the hospital's entrance, and they caused hours of heavy traffic around the area. The protesters are remaining resolute, insisting that the demonstrations will continue until power is fully restored to their hostel. Now, unfortunately, the Ibadan Electrical Distribution Company does not see UCH as different from the halls. They see the university as a total unit, as one single unit, and so to them that one total unit is owing 500 million naira that must be paid. I know earlier on the Minister of Power, Mr. Adelabu, he restored power to everywhere, to the hostels as well as the hospital, but now we're hearing that the hostels have been disconnected. I'd love to take some social commentary on this. This is photos, as you can see, from the protest. In our first tweet, Adewale says, "This is uncalled for. 100 days without an electricity supply in a country that is not at war is highly condemnable." Balogun Tohib says, "I blame Adelabu for his visit to UCH and his meeting with the CMD. He should have known it would be politicized. If the UCH owes 500 million naira to the Ibadan Electrical Distribution Company, how are their staff expected to be paid? I don't think should the Minister of Power settle your debt? I don't think the honor should be on the Minister of Power." But let's take another tweet now. His meeting was heavily politicized, I will say that, and I hope that light is restored to them any moment now, because these students have to learn. In an increasingly digital age, we cannot understate the importance of power. In our next story, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has revealed that he and other senior military officials were denied Canadian visas to attend an event honoring veterans who were injured in battle. Now, Mr. Musa made this known during the National Association of the Institute for Security Studies annual lecture yesterday, but he didn't disclose the reason behind the visa denial.
There's an event to honor our veterans, those that were injured during battle. Remember last year, the Duke of Sussex visited Nigeria with his wife. Through the Invictus, they have a foundation that they try to raise the morale of troops all over the world that have suffered one form of deformity or the other in the course of defending their individual countries. So we're supposed to be there. And actually, half of my team have already gone, but unfortunately, the Canadian Embassy, for knowledge best known to them, denied us visa. So I wasn't sure, and so I wanted to be silent about it. But when we couldn't get the visa, I said, this is blessing in disguise.
Now, following this revelation, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, had strong words for the Canadian Embassy.
Thank you for the courage to say that Canada denied you. They can go to hell. Even though it's painful, it's disrespectful, but we are people. We are strong. And I agree with you. We have to fix our country. We have to do it well. Yes, this disrespect is too much. So, yet is another reason why we work hard to make Nigeria work and be respected.
What do you guys think? Was this just routine visa policy, or is there more to this story? I'm going to take a tweet now. I would expect nothing less from the National Security Advisor. He's resolute. I would expect nothing less from him. Moving on now, Veronica and Ibrahim, I really want to hone in on this Canadian visa denial for the top military officials. Do you think that they deserve some, are they moving based on entitlement? that they think that any country they want, they should have access to it? Or is the
there are
Canadian visa well within
requirements
their
for
right?
entry into any country. So if you do not meet up with the requirements, I guess they will deny you. That's what we should understand, that fact. Forget that there's diplomacy and all of it. But if they tell you that they have a requirement, then you should meet up with what is required. And then the game is Invictus game, and it is meant for those who were injured in the course of their service to the nation. And if the number of persons, perhaps they feel that they have approved the visas for a certain number of persons and they don't want to approve for this other number of persons, then I think it's their decision, not ours. Personally, that's how I see it. We do not know the real fact, but I guess that the way the NSA responded to the matter, I like the fact that he agreed that we should build our country as it is. But then the other words he used, which we did not take, is not resonating with a lot of Nigerians for someone of his position.
Well, I kind of slightly disagree, even though they've had total number of people they want to take into the country. Maybe it's a routine visa policy, just like you said, Olamide, but I feel this raises diplomatic tensions, because when you have the NSA, the chief of staff, not granted visa to the country, it's a diplomatic issue, and I feel there has to be questions asked. They didn't reveal the reason why they were denied. Was the NSA part
of the team? He wasn't.
So, no, I'm just saying that the top military officials, authority who's supposed to be there. So what is the relationship between Nigeria and Canada when it comes to people moving from Nigeria and Canada? Because we have good relationship with them to start with. So whatever happened, it could be a mistake on the part of the Canadian embassy. They are here, so they should ask questions. Just like you said, I also agree with Mr. Ribadu that it's also calls for reflection into who we are as a country, how we portray ourselves, so that all the Committee of Nations will respect us in things that we do. And it goes beyond authorities. It starts with you, myself, and every other person.
And the Nigerian military, they're based on precepts of order. It's very important that they follow order, even in organizations that aren't theirs. This is the order that the Canadian visa has said they want. You're denied. So be it. Moving on. In our final story, in a viral video yesterday, Rose Idibia, the mother of innocent Idibia, also known as Two-Face, is appealing to Edo State lawmaker Natasha Osawaru to leave her son alone. Take a look.
My name is Mrs. Rose Idibia. This message is for Miss Natasha Osawaru of Edo State. I'm calling on all mothers in Nigeria to help me beg her to release or to free my son. My son is going through a divorce process and he's clearly not in his right senses. I know my son. This is not him. Please, Natasha, the bead you put on his hand and on his neck, remove them and free him.
Now, according to Mrs. Idibia, Two-Face is presently not in his right frame of mind due to the divorce proceedings with his estranged wife, Annie, on Thursday evening. This is extremely unfortunate. I'm going to take some social commentary on this now. Celestine Sunday says, Baba behaves so childish and very wrong. At 50, he should be an elder we run to for advice. The new girl is not better than Annie. He will live to regret his actions. He won't go scot-free. Christian says, I'm not sure if Two-Face's career deserves this show of shame. What will he be remembered for? His music or this drama? And finally, a comment on Instagram gracefully says, I knew he was not in his right sense. He was beginning to remind me of Yule Doshe, association of middle-aged men put in a bottle by a strange woman because of love. I have to say to Ms. Rosemary Idibia, Two-Face has been wearing beads since the beginning of his career. I don't think this bead thing is new. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. Has Two-Face been put in a bottle?
Oh, obviously, he's under the influence. But if it is spiritual, I do not know. But he is under the influence. For someone who knows how he has built his career over the years, come up to this level, acting in this manner at that age, there's something wrong. He's obviously, there's something really wrong, but I do not know if he's inside a bottle, like you asked. I don't know. But may we be able to break that bottle to set him free. I can only hope.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm safe in between both of you because I'm spliced in between both of you, so I'm not in the bottle. I'm just in this confined space, but I'm good. But so I empathize with Two-Face's mother, and I believe that his son comes out strong. But Two-Face has already said that he has repented and they give Bele again. I will keep, reminding him
but
for that.
But it was after that he decided to follow another person.
Okay, so whatever.
So our time is up, unfortunately. Thank you, Olamide, for bringing us this story.
You are welcome.
On Trending Now.